Good morning, people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing, I don't know, I kind of want to do like simple again because simple is like my thing, but then I also kind of want to incorporate some color into there as well. So I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing, but let's get into it. Of course, I'm going to be using my NYX pencil to fill in my brows. Y'all, I've literally broke 2 nails. I have a cut on this one. Like, I've just been going through it with my hands, and I tried to wait because I didn't want to go last week because I was like, my hands are a little bit sore, so I didn't want to go. But I'm going to try to go today and see if I can get them fixed because, girl, it's just a lot going on. Don't judge me. It's been a lot going on. So let's fill in our brows, and again, I'm using the NYX pencil to fill them in. Probably should have put a little bit of powder down first and then fill them in, but it's fine. And if it ain't, it'll be okay. Okay, I'm gonna take my LA Girl concealer in the shade Fawn, and I'm going to clean up my underbrow. Just cleaning that up. I'm only gonna take this in so far because, as you guys can see, the LA Girl is super bright and I don't want it to be uber bright in here. So I'm gonna use my 6W concealer to kind of clean that inner part up. Okay, now it's time to go in with the Estee Lauder concealer right here, just to clean up the inner portion of my brows. My eyes are watering, so please let us make it through this video, please. Okay, let's see. And my nose is running, Jesus. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my foundation shade and I'm going to clean up the top of my brows. And this is like really where your shaping comes into play. You want a higher arch, then, you know, make sure that you clean them up in a way that you have a higher arch. Put some more of that Fawn on my lid because it's gonna serve as my base. Y'all know how we do it. And I'm just going to blend all of that in. I'm not really sure what look I want to go for. I kind of want to do like a soft matte pink look, but you guys know this could change at any moment, but we're gonna try it. So we're gonna use the Juvia's Place Sweetest Pinks palette mixed with this palette I got off of Amazon that has so many different browns in there. Kind of want to do like a subtle mauve pink, but this could go to anyway. I don't really know, okay? But we're just gonna try and see what happens. I'm going to use the darkest pink that is in the Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going to begin applying that inside of my crease, okay? Just kind of working that back and forth. This will serve as like our crease color. I don't know. We're just trying to make this work, okay? Y'all, I went to like a birthday party. It has been some years since I've been to a birthday party because I don't have family and like I don't have like little cousins and children and shit running around. Anyway, I went to a birthday party and there were so many damn kids running around that it kind of like, it put me in shock, you know, like because I'm not used to being around like a large group of people. It put me in shock. But the adults weren't really bothering me because, you know, adults can sit down, talk quietly. It was the children. It was the children that were throwing me off. Okay, next I'm going to take like some brown from that Amazon palette I showed you guys. And I'm going to go in and just kind of soften that pink up a little bit. So I'm using a bigger fluffy brush as my transition brush, I guess you would call it. I don't know, but I'm just going around the edges of that pink and then I'm softening it up. Little kids, like I don't know, it's like the weirdest thing. Little kids love me and it's like I'm not really into y'all like that. I don't know what it is. I think they can sense like I really don't like them and they just be like, let me go mess with her. And I think children bother me is because like I didn't really have the greatest childhood. I mean, I feel like I had a pretty decent childhood, but Something about being a kid. I don't know. It just, oh, they nose be running. They be talking to you all the time. Then sometimes I have to ask them like 10 times to repeat the question because I didn't hear it because, you know, they mumble. It just was not a good thing. Like, ew. Okay, I'm going to go in and now I'm going to take the lightest pink shade that is in the Juvia Space palette. I'm going to apply that to my lid. That is going to be my lid color, okay? Because I want like this pink or whatever color to be the center of attraction, I feel like I'm gonna regret doing this, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just put like a little bit of elf concealer right here just to kind of make that pop out like a little bit. And I'm just using like a big fluffy brush because I really don't want this to be super precise. I kind of want it to be just a melted off in that thing, you know, like super simple, super easy, but I need it to be really, really bright. Thinking about that kids party just made me sick, y'all. Just made me sick to think. Ugh. Anyway, I have a question, and I need to know, you know. Okay, I'm gonna use this little light pink now, the lightest pink that's in there, the matte shade, and I'm going to. Ooh, I think that's too much. Like I kind of wanted to keep it more of a white. Yeah, no, I think that's too pink, y'all, but I mean, we've already put it down. Okay, I'm just gonna put it down right here. Y'all, I don't be knowing what the hell I be doing. Okay, I'm gonna put it down right there. But then I think I'm gonna go in with like something lighter. I gotta find like a lighter shade because I kind of want the inside to be lighter. I don't know how to explain it. Like I want like a very soft pink. I'm gonna go back into that Amazon palette. They got like a little soft cream color in here. I'm gonna try that. Hopefully this is what I need. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's giving me more softness. Yes, that's what I want. Yep. Okay, because I want it to be like just very soft like that. Okay. Do you guys marry for love or do you marry for money? I know in today's society it's probably easier to marry for money than it is love, but I was taught that you marry for money and that love will come. Okay, I'm going to add a smidgen more pink before I go in and deepen up my edges, but I want that pink to pop. So I'm using more of like a tapered brush just to really get it off in there because I feel like it's super subtle, which is cool. But I really need that pink on the edge to just do something for me, you know, like I like extraness. Okay, so now that I have this together, I'm going to take like just a deep brown, still in that Amazon palette, and I'm going to begin to work that right here on that corner just to kind of deepen up those edges just a little bit. Not a lot, love, just a little bit. Okay, there, I don't know what I be doing, I just freaking do it and hope for the best. Okay, I remember my grandmother saying you always marry for money and stability and love will come. I remember thinking like, how am I supposed to marry somebody and I don't freaking love them? You know, I've never really been the gold digger type, which sucks for me because I always miss out on so many opportunities. I wish I could be the gold digger type. I was totally a savage for a long time, but that was because somebody made me that way. It wasn't like by choice, I was born that way. But yeah, like I wish I could be a gold digger. Do you know how much money and shit I'd probably be living in a mansion right now if I could just literally date somebody for their money? Like, save myself a whole bunch of heartache. Okay, I'm gonna go in now with the shimmer that's in the Juvia's Place, and I'm going to apply this to my inner corner as a highlight because I want this to pop out a little bit. At least I think I am, because it ain't really showing up right now. But we gonna see what happens, you know. But I know a lot of women, especially like my friends that I talk to, they've married people that they've, you know, grown to love, but they don't feel like that they're their soulmate. And I remember when I heard that, I felt like, damn, you know, like that really hurt my feelings because I was like, what do you mean you marry somebody you don't feel like is your soulmate, you know? I would like to think, though, if I was to get married, I would marry somebody for love. I mean, I understand you marrying somebody for stability as well, though, making sure that your household and your kids is taken care of. But I feel like money vanishes, you know? It could be here today and gone tomorrow. I ain't going nowhere, so I'm going to use the Juvia's Place to Go foundation. It's the Magic Foundation or whatever it's called. I'm going to use that today as my foundation. I've already applied my NARS primer. kind of let that sit a little bit before we go in with this. One of the biggest, or one of the most valuable lessons that I have ever learned in my 30 years here is that you could have money today and it can be gone tomorrow. I went from living big, living it up, spending, splurging, to being homeless in a blink of a damn eye. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just feel like money's going to be here and it could be gone tomorrow. So I feel like when people put a lot of value into money, now it does make you happier, I ain't going to lie. But when people put so much value into that, I'm like, it could be here today and gone tomorrow, love. So I'm not going to marry somebody on the basis of money alone, especially no rich person, because when it comes down to it, a lot of rich people be hiding and scamming and scheming and shit. And I don't want to be wrapped up in that as your wife. We've seen that so many times where the husband or the wife gets wrapped up in the business schemes of the other party, and then they wind up being in jail. Hell no. I ain't gotta marry nobody for their damn riches, because a lot of them do not be doing what they supposed to do, okay? They do not be living right. I'm using Juvia's Place concealer. I mean, might as well, because we're already using the foundation, right? So let's see what a full face of Juvia's gives today. This is in the shade 11. I think I probably should have been using a shade 13, but of course they don't carry my shades in store. I have to actually have them shipped, and y'all know I'm not waiting on no damn shipping. It just ain't gonna happen. I use Juvia's Place again to conceal. Look at me using a full face of Juvia's. Look at me go. One thing about me, I'm not going down for nobody else's crimes, baby. I'ma sing like a damn canary. Do you hear me? I'm going to sing, love. The moment they come and tell me, oh, your husband was involved in this, and now because you're his wife, you're involved, I'll be like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'm not the ride or die type of chick. I'm not trying to go to jail for you. I'm not doing none of that shit, okay? To death do us part. Lies. To the police do us part. Speaking of which, how do people be holding down these folks in jail? I had a aunt like that who, I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it a couple times. I thought about writing a little pen pal, because they do be fine up in there. And then I be watching that show, Love at the Lockup. Man, them fools don't be doing shit but just telling you what you want to hear. Girl, they locked up. Where's they going? They can't do nothing but tell you what you want to hear, so you keep putting money on their books. I remember my aunt dated somebody who was in jail. He was a lifer, baby. He would never come home. But in their little world, he had convinced her that he was going to be home. Now, mind you, he was in there for trying to unalive his ex-girlfriend. And you think, as his current girlfriend, he wouldn't try to do the same thing to you? And he tried to unalive her for trying to leave him. And I'm like, is you slow? Is it a chemical imbalance? Like, what the hell? But y'all know, I'm going to support him until the wheels fall off. I may not agree, but I'll go ahead and support her little vision. And I'm talking, she planned a whole wedding. She's like, he's going to be home and they're going to parole him. Ma'am, he's come up for parole 3 times now. And each and every time they said no. This time it's not going to be any different, okay? Like, he's not going anywhere. It was so crazy because my aunt really tried to convince us that that man was coming home. I was like, he's in there for unaliving his ex-girlfriend, and you're okay with that? And she's like, oh, it's a misunderstanding. What type of damn misunderstanding? Because one of the parties is no longer here to tell her story of the misunderstanding. So what are you talking about? She's like, I feel like he was set up. Set up how? Set up how? Did you read the charges? They caught him with the weapon, ma'am. Like, what? How did he convince your damn mind that it was a damn setup? I really feel like people who are that damn delusional, they say you're supposed to be delusional to get what you want, but people who are that damn delusional, who just avoid all the major signs, I think it's a chemical imbalance. It's kind of like those people who eat laundry detergent and soap and shit. They have a chemical imbalance. And I feel like that was her issue. I used to look at her and be like, girl, if in your mind that makes sense, okay. okay. But I'm like, did they take out life insurance on her? Because I'm not so sure that when he comes home, he's not going to do the same thing to her when he gets upset. Talking about it was a mistake and I've learned from it. That's a huge hefty ass mistake. Now I'm going to use my foundation, the 445 by Fenty, and I'm just going to set all the rest of my face. So I set the highlight area. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. I set the highlighted areas with the Fenty powder in the shade Honey, the setting powder in the shade Honey, and then I'm just setting the rest of my face with my actual foundation shade from them. I be watching that show, Love at the Lockup, baby, and when I tell you, I feel like them folks is damn delusional, because what made you think this man spent 17, 18 years in prison and he was gonna come home and y'all was just gonna be kicking it in the house every single day? No, that man is gonna go out and he gonna try to find him the hoes, okay? Now he may set his parole to your house, but you crazy as hell to think that that man been stuck in there all that time with a bunch of men and he not gonna want to see the hoes. You the only person he gonna want to see when he get out. No. No, ma'am. No PM, no turkey. It's gonna be like a free for all, girl. Okay, now let's go in with our Fenty again. This is in the shade 460. I use this one to bronze, okay? Bronze in my skin. If I've learned nothing else from Love at the Lockup, it is that, girl, go on there, talk to them pen pal folks while the time lasts, and then when it's time for them to get out, you go ahead and ditch it and get you another one. Like, girl, they do not care. I seen one, she was like so upset. She said she was up there waiting on him to get out, and each and every time he got out, he went with a different girl. Yeah, because, girl, you just here to put money on his books. Like, you gotta know the game, baby. They gonna tell you whatever you need to hear for you to continue to put the money on his books, and then when that is over, he gonna be out. He is going to be out, and you gonna be sitting there looking stupid. Even the family be in on it. The mamas, the cousins, all of them be in on it. And them folks be looking so damn shocked. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what, girl? You knew. You knew. I can't believe his mom didn't tell me. Let me tell you something. The number one culprit in it, especially the black community, is the goddamn mama. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I know that because I said I wasn't gonna do it, but as my son gets a little bit older and these hussies get a little bit smarter, I'm gonna be on the same shit. I'm gonna protect my damn son. Period. Period. Oh, he told you was the only girl? Yeah, sure, Shannon. You're the only girl he's seeing. Okay. I think I found the key to carving out my cheeks without the harsh freaking lines, and I'm just gonna take my foundation powder and then just kind of carve out the lines. Oh my gosh. And it's gonna give you, look at my cheekbones, girl, they is cracked. Okay, so I'm just carving out, instead of putting the powder down there, you know, like the translucent powder or my topaz powder from Makeup Revolution, still a good powder, but this just takes, do you see, and I'm facing you, do you see how cut, girl? Okay, I have this blush palette here. I'm not sure if somebody sent this to me or I picked it up. I'm not sure. I think it might have been sent to me, but it's by Essence. They're in Ulta, I want to say. I feel like I've gotten their lip liners before, but I'm not sure. It's a blush palette. It still has like the little wrapper on it. I have not used this, but I'm going to use those two colors right there, just kind of mixing them back and forth, and hopefully this will come out pretty. I'm not sure. But I felt like I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a peachy tone today because my makeup is pretty bright, you know? So why not? Okay, so let's go ahead and blend out our baking. Just gonna pat all of that into my skin. Work that back and forth. I'm still in awe at this cheekbone. Do y'all see? Do you see the cheekbone popping? Girl. Okay, so this right here is a lip liner from NK. I get these from like my local beauty supply store. It's in the shade dark brown, and we're going to use this to line our lips. So I'm just going to begin lining. Y'all, this pink on the inner corner of my eye is so fire. I'm hoping and praying that it shows up on camera because, baby girl, like, it's, ooh, I don't know if y'all can see, but like it's giving, okay? Definitely giving. This that I'm getting ready to use as a lipstick is from Ruby Kisses. It's in the shade Brown Sugar. I got this from like either Walmart or my local beauty supply store, one or the other. But it was probably fairly cheap, probably like $3-4, if that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my NYX Butter Gloss, and just gonna add a little bit of color to this thing because right now it's giving very much goth. And I'm just gonna add some color in there. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The colors are very simple. I actually did a full face of Juvia's without the setting powders. I may go try to see if I can get some setting powders from them. But I did a full face of Juvia's, y'all. This is the To-Go foundation. I think the first trial of the Juvia's place, I was like, I didn't really like it because it was too thick, number one, and it's still kind of too thick. But number two, I think the shade match was definitely off. This shade match is a lot better, so I'm kind of feeling it right now. I'm gonna give the Juvia's place, I'm gonna give them a strong 7. I'm gonna give them a strong 7. Okay, it does look really good. The match is on point, and of course the eyeshadows. If you guys are beginners into eyeshadows and you want something that is super pigmented that you don't have to work hard to really get those colors to pop, definitely try Juvia's Place palettes. I think they only have 2 that I am not really a fan of, one of them being the rustic, but I kind of use that for blush. It works very well for me as blush. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I needed to cover. I don't think there's anything else. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.